Lesson 25, question number 2. Question number 2 says, a survey was taken that asked participants whether or not they were happy with their jobs. An overall score was given. 300 of the participants were unhappy, while 700 of the participants were happy with their job. Give a part to whole fraction for comparing happy participants to the whole. So it didn't tell us how many people they surveyed. It told us that there are 300 unhappy and there are 700 happy, but it didn't tell us how many people were surveyed. But the information's hidden and it's there. Okay? If they interviewed everybody, if they surveyed everybody and 300 people were unhappy and 700 were happy, how many people were there altogether? What's our total? Our total is 1,000. 300 plus 700 is 1,000. So I'm going to add a little bit of extra information up here. 1,000, let me put my comma in there. Total participants. Now, in your question, it says we got to write a fraction and a percent. The fraction, let's start with the fraction. Unhappy. So we're going to look for the unhappy compared to the total, which is going to be 300 out of 1,000. So now let's take that and change it to a percent. Remember that percent is out of 100. So I want something, I'm setting a proportion up out of 100. How did it get from 1,000 to 100? That's going a little bit backwards. We're going from 1,000 to 100. Before we always said we're going to multiply to get that number, but remember that division and multiplication are kind of similar. They go together like peanut butter and jelly or peas and carrots, if you like peas and carrots. Okay, so I could go from 1,000 to 100 by dividing by a group of 10. So whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. 300 divided by a group of 10 is 30. That makes it 30 out of 100. Percent is out of 100. So that's going to be 30%. Whoops, I don't know why I put a fraction bar there. 30%. Now, let's go back and let's look at the fraction again. In fact, I think I'm going to erase my happy for just a minute. Let's go back to the fraction. 300 out of 1,000. Let's simplify that. What will go into 300 and 1,000? Well, a group of 100 will go into both of them. Whoops, there we go. Can divide 100 out of both of them, and that would give us 3 out of 10. So if I want to simplify my fraction, 3 out of 10 employees were unhappy, and 30% of my employees were unhappy. And let's go back and look at the happy people. We had 700 happy out of how many? Out of the total? Out of 1,000. So we could simplify that. Again, we can divide a 100 out of both of them. We could get 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 people are happy with their jobs. And what percent would that be? If we have 700 out of 1,000, and I really need it to be a percent, so I want it to be out of 100. I want that to be out of 100. How could I get from 1,000 to 100? I could divide by 10. So let me divide by 10 on the top. 700 divided by 10 is 70. Now it's 70 out of 100. Percent means out of 100. So 70 out of 100 would be 70%. Okay.